All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and getting underway. Knife round is happening right now. It's Cash. It's map number 2. It's Gambit's choice. And they are pretty decent on it, as we heard Janko say before the break. Probably their best map, so a chance to level the series.
But the thing is as well, it's more the map the pugs can play. It's more the big aim stars can come out as well. So although it's their best map, they still have a massive uphill struggle against them, especially the form we just saw G2 as well. Looks like they are playing lights out right now. shox going absolutely huge. RpK stepping up, and Scream was having a pretty tidy game as well. So no one from Gambit really impressed me in that 16-7 Dust 2 series.
Lights out sounds really nice right now. I would love to get some
You've
sleep.
got a long way to go, my friend.
Oh, wow. All right, then.
Right, then.
We've got at least 2 more maps to go, but it is going to be G2 that starts on the T side with 4 players on armor, 1 player Scream with utility. It's going to be a smoke and 2 flashes that he works with. On the other side of things, it's 2 players that have gone for the utility buy, one of which is Mo, and he's got the kit to work with. Hooch, 2 flashes.
Very fast.
See how they play this.
Yeah, you can see them getting set up here. All 5 players actually committed to that side of the map. 1 simple flashbang comes in, and to the side as well. Dosia's got his work cut out for him.
Good shot to Dosia to start it off. Again, pistol proficiency has been decent this evening. However, body's there for the trade, and RpK into the site is doing no less. That's a 1-for-1 as well with Mo in and then out to Scream's hand. It's going to be now bomb down, though. This gives G2 a real chance in this pistol round. First time the round was not the greatest achievement. It was the eco that brought them level in map number 1. wayLander has actually brought this back to a draw. They know they've got the boost, so they know both players are at quad. They can pinch them off right now. They need to be careful. That kit's been picked up by hooch, and it's brought back over to the site as RpK goes for the repeat. Good shot onto wayLander. And the second one, RpK. All right, that second one, I didn't expect him to hit so quickly.
Yeah, lovely stuff from RpK there. The boost, I thought, was a little bit questionable, given the circumstance. He didn't have any intel as to where the players were. Could have gone horribly wrong. Obviously, you can, with that boost, you only watch towards highway or towards aim main. You can't really watch both, not proficiently anyway. Like, you have to swing your aim around, but it works out for them, and RpK steps out massively. And they win the pistol round once again. G2 stepping up 1-0. And it is going to be a force buy from Gambit into this one. You can see, though, Mo, he won't be investing so heavily. We talked about the economy being a massive issue for them on Dust 2. They want to make sure they have that AWP in the first gun round, regardless of this one. So they have got CZs, 5.7s, PT50s, and a Deagle as well. And you can see there's nothing really being presented.
I guess you could say, Henry, they're going to have a Deagle party. It's going to be Scream trying to fire. Very on point. Fire through that smoke. He actually did pick up 1 kill on him out. As SmithZz has to try and get that bomb down quickly because they are still approaching with these pistols, and AdreN is going to get the shot onto RpK. Follow that up. wayLander's found the lurk player and shox at mid, so suddenly their retake becomes more possible. However, look at bodyy go. He's got 3, finally down to wayLander.
There it is, 2-on-1 now, and it's going to be wayLander just opting out of the round by the looks of things. It's going to be trying to take his head armor and a Mac 10 as well. 5.7 salvage, so they can spread this out next round. It's going to be him just looking for the last 2 kills. He knows these players are low. You can see Scream, 33 HP, and similar scenes for bodyy as well. And wayLander wants to find them, wants to make it as expensive as possible. Can hear footsteps as well. Here comes the rotation. He should be able to get this kill pretty easily. There it is. Drops bodyy, but now that's position given away. Tries to get the second. Not going to happen. His Scream does take him down. Bomb explodes as well. So 4 players do drop a G2, but ultimately they win the round. Gambit will be on a full eco this time, so it doesn't really mean too much for G2 going forward, but definitely has dented their money swelling to those kinds of extreme levels and not having that bonus round in the next...
The Jaden round, Henry.
The Jaden round, of course. How did I forget?
It's absolutely a thing, okay?
One of these days.
Look, words are arbitrary. Why is a toilet called a toilet? So if I want to call it the Jaden round, it's an arbitrary name. Okay?
Oh, you're very passionate about this. Maybe we should make a actual petition to get
I'll make a video.
Officially named.
I'll make a 30-minute video of which I give you 5 minutes information, and I'll call it Thorn's Thoughts. Good native events.
Oh, God.
Good native events. AdreN goes down to 14 HP. And that means that things look good now for G2. They'll finish him off as well because he didn't drop away from that. So bodyy just goes in and obliterates him with that USP. But watch for the stack on this B site. They need to figure this out early. Thankfully, body's finding the kills. And hooch in the small pit has nowhere to hide. body's on fire at the start of this game.
Yeah, lovely stuff from him. Just the USP in hand as well. Just finding all the headshots. RpK to spot a player towards heaven as well. Got to finish him off as wayLander towards the back of the B site. They're going to be aware of position. Let's see how disciplined G2 want to be here. shox just wants to end things as quickly as possible. He finds the final kill. 3-0 in favour of G2, continuing their fantastic form we saw in Dust 2 so far. Now, Gambit, time to step up. Been a while since they've had a round in this series. Number 4, they have got the AWP, as I mentioned before, on towards Mo, but not a single kit purchased yet. Dosia can afford one. Not sure why he's not purchasing one, but why not? Let's just not get one. Let's just go in dry, I guess.
No comment, but the MAC-10 on MAC-10.
On cash as well, where it all began.
It is indeed as wayLander awkward inside the smoke. The flash, he runs into 2 players. Hooch will follow this up, but he's now left alone, and Hooch through the box. Down to just 69 because it was indeed, as I mentioned, through the box. But RPK's there to take him down. That now opens up the site. Smoke off on the CT connection point, and a Molotov that's going to go to upper is going to give them the freedom to plant quite easily.
There it is. Should be a very simple round. 4 on 3, and like I said, that kit not being purchased just makes things even more difficult here. Mo, if he can find a pick, maybe there are some options going forward, but he's going to be flashed out of position, and that's the rest of the team falling back as well. So a very simple round from G2 there, knowing the money's not fantastic from Gambit after force buy in their second round. They didn't have a kit, they didn't have much utility to work with, so a simple B rush comes in, and very sloppy play from wayLander. You could see what he was trying to do there, but once he got flashed to the start, he just ran into the box and stuck in the smoke, went for the full blind crouch spray, and that's never going to go well in anyone's book. But Gambit do keep 3 players alive here so far, so still something to work with next round, but G2 definitely in the driving seat as of yet.
Oh, absolutely so, but keeping 3 guns up will bode some confidence to the way of Gambit's economy.
Well, this is the round now where Mo needs to step up. He's been pretty underwhelming, I have to say, so far.
Similar to you every day of my life.
Yes, I agree, but I don't need to step up. I get paid regardless. He needs to win. So...
Oh, so you're like the players on Envious. It doesn't matter how you do, you get paid regardless.
That's good, actually. I like that.
Oh, good. That actually is I don't know if that was intentional. It looked like he just walked around and happened to be there, but that could actually be a really valuable situation. If you can body block a smoke and leave a gap that the other team doesn't know about, regardless, they walk out. AdreN takes down one. Mo's pushed all the way through, but it's going to be Hooch instead that dies toward that mid-garage. Just to go back to that point, if you can body block smokes and create gaps that the other teams aren't expecting, you can actually take advantage of them.
It's not consistent though, right? Like, even if he body blocked it, it still went into the correct area. It's like one of those things, like it works really well on plants like Mirage when it's a really small smoke, right? Yeah. But when it's a massive opening like that, it's very difficult to actually make them stop going in. But anyway, it's going to be Gambit stepping up finally. It still is a 4 on 2, and SmithZz with the AWP. We saw how strong he was in Dust 2, but it looks like Gambit are reading the situation very well indeed. They are pushing around T-spawn. It's going to be wayLander. The Scream waiting for him as well. He doesn't go for the headshot here. Not going to land it this time. And we go into a 4 on 1. Just SmithZz up with that AWP. No bomb either. So trying to find another frag here. His position now given away. And you'd assume we'll take him down momentarily. Here it is. Mo finally getting that final kill. And it's going to be 4-1 in favour of Gambit. They did manage to keep a reasonable amount of players alive as well. So even after reinvestment here, you can see the money is going to be strong enough to lose 1 and still have enough to reinvest. Just about.
That's why they call it the Jaden round.
That's not the Jaden round.
No, you're right, but I just had to get it in there. Listen, it's not the point.
Anyway.
HenryG. But there is a reset potential for Gambit. Important that, as you say, to keep so many players alive. That smoke's going to cover it off. No body block that time, regardless of your theory, and correctly so, about blocking off the gap. It's AdreN. Wants to go for the peak, and it's going to be an already dropped in shox with SmithZz there to support that have quickly taken over this mid position. RPK's limited by not only the smoke, but also the flames in front. But he's going to try and hold this. I think he knows that wayLander's pushed through because he would have heard that second bounce, knowing that it was the right click up close. So wayLander's position could be compromised. However, Mo is there to hold the far angle, and that's going to catch RPK off guard because that was not accounted for.
There's a problem though, because G2 actually make their way towards highway. Hooch needs to find a kill here. It does tremendous damage. Grenade to finish him off as well. Doesn't quite do it. But now his position given away. It's going to be Dosia, the MVP of this round. He finds 2. Hooch gets the 3rd as well, and it's going to be Scream. After what seemed like a very promising play from G2, making their way towards highway after a huge distraction towards the B site. It's not going to be enough, and Dosia saves the day. And now Scream stuck in a horrible position. Has got time to play with, but just an AK against 4 players. This was a big round for Gambit, and they managed to deliver the goods.
Absolutely, massively so. As Scream just sits back now. Bomb dropped in the A site. 3 players circulating near it, and a 4th that could very quickly flank Scream from that mid garage, but wayLander's actually elected to go the other direction over toward B instead. So Scream's got a bit of a chance. They know him for something, I can't remember what, but you never know with Scream. He can always make this situation somehow interesting. Good peeks though. wayLander spots it up, calls for Dosia to go for the peek for the red crate. That's going to put him down, and as you say, very important round as it now starts to build it back. They've got a round in hand already on that CT side.
There we go then. We go to number 7 here. The money's not fantastic for G2. You can see RpK did have an abundance of money, so he will be forcing into it. Not going to be fully investing just yet, but looks like his teammates will be joining with a partial buy here. So we've got Scream still on $3,600, so they've gone for Tech 9s, RpK with the AK. They have got a lot of utility to work with as well, so Smoke's going towards that B site. 4 players this side of the map. We have got one controlling towards middle. Grenades do come in, but not managing to land any damage here from the Gambit side. So then, wary of this approach, will be getting himself in towards the vents as well, but looks like GT will just be holding up, smoking towards the bomb sites. Molotov's coming as well, just taking away vision from Mo, who's potentially there, and here comes the play. Flashbangs come in.
It's going to be wayLander inside of the smoke that does have an opening still, but Scream's got one back, AdreN finds 2. The answer as wayLander takes the bomb. Has come out in spades from Gambit because now it's going to be their 3rd consecutive round. And although G2, yes, that time did go for that quasi leveling by with the Tech 9s, they're still in a position where they've got to sit back and allow Gambit to build up more and more economy. Double up setup is going to be so good on this map. I think this is, in my opinion, still the best map for the double up setup.
Yeah, I think it can be very efficient indeed. Obviously, you have the dynamic AWP and the one that normally sits towards B, so you can go towards the A main, go to Squeaky Door, back towards middle. You're looking for picks, going aggressive, and then you have one AWP who's just holding an area by himself. That can be quad or maybe towards the B tunnels, but it's going to be hooch stepping up once again. It's just going to be an eco here from G2. They have got enough money for a full buy next round, so just want to see if they can work any sort of frags here, but so far, just RpK dropped, and now 5 on 4. You can see Mo trying to find that shot towards the boost position. Did spot a player, but unable to land any damage just yet.
I've got that default play. One player to watch the doorway, one with the back turn for the flash through. Would peek all the way back from the truck, though, and Dosia would make a good truck driver, let's be honest. I think he would be the sex god of truck drivers, you could say. As he does take down the ball.
I had something to go with that, but I'm not really anyway.
Let's not. Your imagination is wild. AdreN and wayLander closed the round. Nothing much to report, as HenryG would say, but no one listens to that
I think
guy.
you actually say that more than me now, to be fair. You quote me on it, but you actually say it a lot more than I do.
If I quote you, it's still yours.
True. Yeah, you'd always quote me. Always make sure I get the shout out, so fair enough. But there we go. 4-4 Gambit with 4 clean rounds in a row, actually. They're looking pretty strong here. It's AdreN and wayLander towards that B side, and Mo as well. Had a very quiet performance on Dust 2. Seems to be finding some important picks now. Round number 9 comes in. We have got the AWP out on SmithZz. Maybe more of a default play here. Molotov comes in towards the boost, but fancies his chances here. And it's actually bodyy with the Glock somehow taking down AdreN. That opens things up. That's interesting. And now they have got the mid control as well. hooch does have a gap in that smoke, but he didn't land correctly, so he will be trying to challenge this. He decides to fall back eventually. Maybe a B split coming in here from G2.
wayLander again playing this default position in the back of the site, but yet to find a way to counter this. There is a bounce Molotov you can do directly off the window with Skylight onto that, but doesn't quite reach the corner. bodyy, though, what is that entry? Just walks in. There's not even much utility deployed, and he finds 2 kills again. And he has been the opening, the saving grace in the gun rounds and the pistol, the early rounds that they did pick up. So this is boding well for them to get their 5th round on the board, none too late because, or rather none too soon. What's the expression, Henry?
Well, it's the second one you said, but...
Yeah, none too soon, because they have to limit the economy from Gambit, and they've got a real chance now to get decent rounds built up. Not only that, 5 alive at this point, too.
And shox in the barred off position there.
Yet to frag. But shox is doing a little better than that. He has 2. It's SmithZz, who's right beside him, also in that position, who's yet to frag.
That's nice. Good little...
in the barred off position.
Yeah, so Dosia and Mo will be saving their weapons here. They got an AWP and an M4, but after 4 in a row, they should have enough cash to buy, and these saved weapons should definitely help the cause. A double AWP, actually. They managed to salvage another one, so that helps tremendously. Got 11k on Mo, so the money's not going to be a problem here whatsoever. G2, though, have reset their loss bonus, so after reinvestment, they will have enough for another buy here. They still need to get a little bit more utility on towards shox. Just juggling the guns around. They still have an AWP themselves, but Gambit's still looking like they're fully equipped here. Double AWPs, all the utility, all the kits. It's all good. And we'll see G2 have been favouring towards that B side quite a lot. Last round was bodyy who gets the kills towards middle. Open things up with a Glock, no less. Here we go. It's the aggression I'm talking about. That dynamic AWP. Mo goes for the first shot in the A main. Decides to fall back, though. Did spot a player. RpK taking down to 52. Oh, look at that damage.
Yeah, that's decent. Perfectly lined up. So SmithZz, who's yet to frag, is down to 34 already. Door open. That's all changed. You call him out, and he replies. AdreN is the one on the receiving end of sirens, unfortunately. But now it's going to be a smoke of the doorway as it's open. They don't want to give up any more information. And they're going to bring wayLander out of that B site position already. And hooch is just going to sit up close. He's got enough of an angle hooch inside of the checker room to watch the B tunnels himself, but it's a long rotation back as there's going to be no one to boost him into those vents. And that means that there is a lot riding on the fact that wayLander left that site early. And that's exactly the case. But look at hooch. Hits the shot up close. Second one there. And now wayLander needs to get in position. The Molotov will buy some more damage, but wayLander's only just arriving to the site now.
Yeah, that's the B site completely open now. You see the CTs rotating through the spawn area. Mo and Dosia, very similar scenes to the last round actually. 4-on-2. Probably just going to save the weapons at this stage. It's going to be G2 with their 6th round. You can see actually who fancies the chance of they have got tons of cash, so why not? They can find a couple of kills, so that definitely helps. Gets the first one onto RpK. Now it's going to be a 3-on-2. Even if they don't win the round, if they can just make this expensive for G2 going forward, that's certainly beneficial for the CTs here. shox holding towards the back of the side, doesn't want to give his frag away, but knows he can't be completely passive in this situation. Bomb ticking away now, and the CT's trying to work out what's available. Dosia gets his second. shox does manage to take him down though, so 2-on-1. shox finishing things off. Of course, another double headshots. Why not? He seems to be on fire tonight, Matt. And it's good to see. Rolling back the years.
You make it sound like he's over the hills, Henry. Not everyone's as old as you are.
I think, well, he played all the years I did. He was there from the beginning, but he is much younger.
Oddly enough, he's still playing. How come you're not? Oh, something about skill?
Something about skill, yeah. That had something to do with it. And time, and money, and rent.
Yeah, skill. Just all skill. His skill gets him time and money and rent.
Yep.
Yours didn't, Henry.
Well, it all come full circle now.
I've got you. Don't worry. I'll carry you.
For the rest of my life. Anyway, this is
good smoke. That smoke's important because we know that your head is exposed at that position behind the white box for those default throws. So that smoke in front of the B tunnels that denied wayLander the vision is actually a very small fact, but a crucial one in the fact that it allowed for those to be deployed. But they're not going to commit to this. They are going to back off. It's 3 men on A. Late rotation back to, back toward Z connector as they've lost AdreN. Have Gambit, so they need to compensate for that somehow, get information, hold down the positions. It's not often that you'll actually see them challenge middle being down a man. Most CT teams will actually just burrow inside of the sites, but they're going to play a 3-1 split right now, and that might not be the bad decision, as there is a little bit more utility deployed from that squeaky door. But good positioning from hooch will at least spot the fact that they're mid. Whether or not he can fight it, that's up for debate.
Yeah, challenging GT players in those sort of scenarios, very difficult prospect. Now wayLander up against 4. To find the first frag though, take down SmithZz, and hooch chiming in as well, but that's the B site now open. The last 3 CTs were towards that A site. Bomb should be planted here, and it's another crossfire situation. CTs have got kits and the orb once again. They've been saving so many times in these B retakes, but now it is a neutral situation, so definitely have a chance to actually go for this one.
Well, might as well fire into it while you're there. You miss every shot you don't take. Something. I miss every shot I do take. RpK is going to take down one more, though. And that's going to discourage them, yep. So as you said, they've been saving. Now this time they won't have the AWP to bring forward. But they've got the rifles.
Seems like G2, as soon as they get that mid control, that is so deadly in this position, can just adjust themselves accordingly, get into the B tunnels, and just swarm the bomb side there. And with the man down, Gambit just went for the full gamble there, went for 3 players towards the A site. You said it. wayLander was just hiding towards the back of B. He needed to do more work than that. He managed to get 1, and then Dosia came in. No, sorry, hooch came in with the second, but just wasn't enough once the bomb was down in that scenario. 7-4 now, and Gambit, their money's starting to chip away. They are consistently saving weapons, and Mo once again taking the AWP to round number 12, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough this time. This will be the round that breaks them. They're not looking so strong now. I think AdreN does have a weapon drop for him. He's only got the USP right now, so you'd assume he'll be picking an AK up. So here we go then. This is a chance for GT to have full control of the money.
Full control, my friend.
Exactly. I wanted to say that.
I know, you do every time. Okay, Scream through the smoke, lines it up, AdreN down. They've got middle. He's got the Saiyan in his name, and apparently he's super. But I liked Pokemon more. Mo's going to try and hold the edge of the smoke. RpK's already out there undetected right now, though, so this is really good positioning. That's all too easy for Tank. Good push back through, though. hooch managing 1, because if they'd gone down 2 and given up a lot of ground, it could have been crucial for the entry and take of G2, but now they've got a chance to try and slow them, deter them, as it's just shox that's lurking out towards squeaky door.
Yeah, the CT's trying to react there. Scream utilising the best spawn you can get in the game for the T's on the map. So he pushes in, finds that kill with a smoke, and the CT's have no choice but to find a frag somewhere else. They push towards the B storage area, finding 1-for-1 equal trade, but that's not quite enough now. The only good news is that SmithZz is very low HP, but he's the AWP player. Making their way towards A now, looking like they have got mid control as well. hooch hunting towards the B storage area, seeing if he can get into here. They have obtained it, so can actually start rotating over. You can see it's a retake setup here. Playing from the truck. It's going to be Dosia. Needs to find his first kill.
Dosia's just gonna fire into that smoke. Remember, has the silencer, you can't spot the tracer, and that allows him to take down SmithZz. Not sure it was that alone, but maybe a contributing factor. Point still stands, Henry, as bodyy is gonna try and go full French Napoleon and divide and conquer, get down through middle, but elects to fall away from it. That gives hooch, though. Look at this rotate, this flank position. A-main giving up, shox drop. They push. Say and may get the bomb down that screen, but it's all on to bodyy because he's gone post-plant. Dosia's holding towards quad, but it's actually bodyy that flashes through, finds the first on the wayLander. Dodges back inside that smoke. It looked so clever until Dosia arrived.
G2 just seemed to have a lack of awareness there in that situation. They didn't even think A-main may be a possibility. Everyone was so focused, tunnel vision almost, towards highway. Even though the bomb site was open, they didn't have any players in towards that area as well. That was quite strange that Gambit were able to find the initial frags so easily, but there it is. That was a massive round for them. Would have broken their economy completely. Did come down to 3 players in the end, so you can see the investment's still a problem. wayLander, I assume he's got a drop, so once again in a difficult position with the money, but they managed to hold on that round. 7 plays 5 now. We're going to round number 13. SmithZz back on the orb. He was the player that got taken down by Dosia. That was, you have to say, a little bit unlucky. He just shot blindly through the smoke and managed to find the only player on low HP in that little group. And a faster A play coming in potentially here. The bomb is still down towards T-spawn, but SmithZz looking to get boosted over. Has got a gap in that smoke as well. If anyone was to jump up, he could capitalise in this situation. Just so you can see the way he's utilising that little angle now. The scream. Looking to find the headshots towards the door. He's talking about his headshots now, but talking about his one-taps.
Yeah, but it's not actually him that's finding them, it's his mouse. The final mouse.
Oh, of course.
You can buy it online.
I think we should be plugging.
Ah, you're right.
In this one.
That's a good point.
Anyway, forget that.
But Mo is going to try and push back forward past the forklift, hold the A-main position, but they are walking out. Bit peculiar. We didn't quite see that on camera, but shox just walked out completely into the open. No utility deployed. Mo is already in behind that forklift, so easy hold. But AdreN, a good push. Bomb down. Information gathered. Sit back and enjoy because that's a gift.
Well, this is the thing. That's wayLander. He didn't have to die there whatsoever. They've got the information, and he did spot RpK there. If he dies, it brings G2 back into this round. And now Mo with a fantastic position. I actually really like this. Actually opting out of it. Going to be holding a more tighter angle there. That was his chance to get the low HP player, but he does dink a second one. 3-on-3, definitely favouring the CTs here. They've got information, and 2 players very low indeed. AdreN now stuck in towards the checker room, so it doesn't matter. Finds the kill onto SmithZz. Bomb drop once again. Look at RpK's position. Finds one. Gets the double as well. Both headshots. And now Dosia in the 2-on-1. How much time's remaining, Matt? I don't know, but
it's getting close. It's about, yeah, well, I think we just hit into the teens, if I'm not mistaken. So there's about 17, 15 seconds now. Dosia's walking back into the site one-on-one, as you say. RpK, massive job to get it this far. And Dosia's just going to hold this, but RpK, he knows he's on the platform. All he has to do is hold long enough to know that he's still on there, and then it's a matter of execution. But Dosia's got no utility, and RpK is going to hold it extremely close angle. Hold it again, and the headshot it will be. RpK with 4 massive kills, and G2 pick up their 8th round on a T side.
That was such a sick play from RpK. His teammates both such low HP as well. The CTs both focused towards the storage area as well. It seemed like they've forgotten his position of RpK. He walks around and finds really 2 crisp headshots there in the checkers room and comes and wins the clutch one-on-one as well. It's a huge round. You can see how that's affected Gambit's money. Finally broken now, and it's round number 14.
It's all right, Gambit. I've been broken ever since I started casting with HenryG. You'll get through this.
Broken what? Financially, emotionally, physically, or all 3?
Definitely not physically.
Or financially.
True. Scream, good push. Not much to report, as Henry would say, because it is an anti-eco. But wayLander does at least get RpK, so that's a gun for grab because he's on his own right now. So there should be an AK picked up. wayLander's caught. bodyy just gets in the position in time to counter that out. And nice. Just close the door on him. No
Please
one
don't
likes
come
him.
out.
No one likes him.
No
just
one's
leave
home.
him there.
No one's home. Don't come out. 9-5. Simple round there for G2. It's only going to be RpK drops, the hero of last round. That's SmithZz though, 2 for 10. That's G2 are winning all the rounds here, it seems. As it goes to 9-5, we hit number 15, and difficult buy for Gambit. Mo back on towards the FAMAS. And they have got a distinct lack of utility here. It's going to take one of those hero plays we saw on Dust 2, pushing like the B storage area, maybe flashing into a main. Someone needs to find a frag here. They haven't got the Molotov to hold off a fast mid. Going to be using their one and only smoke towards middle at the start of the round. You feel like this can only go one way. That's a good fast play towards middle. Gambit doing some significant damage though. Mo and AdreN stepping up somehow with the FAMASes, bringing a huge amount of advantage in their favour.
shox is already getting out the doorway this time with those 2 kills. He's got the confidence, and he's already spotted up to highway. Clear quad just to be absolutely short. Flash over. Dosia's beyond it. So remember, crosshair distance to where the flash blooms indicates duration. So the fact that Dosia was beyond that meant that he wasn't fully blinded up. And it actually gives them still a chance here, but shox is the one suddenly left alone in the site. That flash backfires, and you would have thought going into that, where they did find that initial pick, that was their round. But they completely overlook it, and one smoke cuts shox off from the rest of his team.
Well, there it is, half-time. G2 do go up 9-6, but Gambit making a much more convincing case for himself in his second map. They look like the players we expect to step up. Dosia, wayLander, for example. wayLander had a fantastic tournament in the majors, one of the standout, or I should say breakout performances for him. Like, we haven't...
He was sick against Envy.
Yeah, like he looked super strong. Cash as well, that's one of his best maps, I thought, but not the best half of them on CT side. But here we go, then second half comes in. Pistol round's going to be huge. You can see G2 actually going 5 sets of armor here. So, retake, not as viable, but you would assume some aggression coming in now.
Interestingly enough, they are still doing a 2-on-2 split. So, as you say, retake A is usually the place where you would do it, but they are going to get a forward stance. Now, how forward? They're going to play it from the fence. They're going to play it from the top of Cat. There's going to be no one pushing in towards Squeaky or trying to get A main information. So, again, you mentioned it. No kits, no utility. Smoke's already out. shox is going to have a really tough job here, a tough task. Thankfully, they've shuffled a little bit closer beyond that smoke that was thrown for the top of Highway, and it'll give them a crossfire position, but it's SmithZz that's going to open this up, and SmithZz alone has to try and cover off from A-main. Good shot to do so. Mo's got the trade, but Scream and shox. Look at all the damage done. That was brilliant, I have to say, from G2.
Please take a seat, Gambit. You've just been absolutely wrecked. What a sick couple of shots there from SmithZz. He's been very quiet all game, but that all made up for it. Hot shots from Highway, shots to A-main, is absolutely taking them down. Gambit just looking a little bit lost there, I guess. Not really sure what the hell happened, but there it is. 10-6 now. Force buy does come in from Gambit. Going to be having Tech 9s, head armors, body armor, and 2 smokes as well. I'd assume it will be a smoke towards Highway, one towards Quad, flash out, try and force a bomb, run through the smokes, make things a little bit uncomfortable, but the CTs have got a decent buy for this. The close range MP9s as well do counter the Tech 9s in a way you can run with them and actually challenge them in those close range scenarios, but here it comes. Flashbangs come in, and SmithZz step up.
SmithZz with the MP9 has the movement. He can just dance. He can dance all day. He can dance all day. And there it is. He's going to get at least 3 kills with it. I won't finish that segment. You can do it yourself. shox closes it out. AdreN's dead. 11-6 as G2 continue to build into this second half and build upon their lead.
Did you just bring an FPS Doug reference into this?
My hands are shaking. My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting, and I'm still getting headshots. Yeah, I did.
Blast from the past there. Back to 2003,
the movie,
maybe.
Bro,
2004.
the movie.
Yeah, that show sucked after like maybe the first year. They went to that whole magic thing.
HenryG, you don't like anything fun.
No, it was good. Like,
No, you're right,
the original stuff. We were like one of those crazy with it. But anyway, simple round coming in here. It's going to be aggressive from G2, of course, pushing into the main storage area. But it's going to be shox taken down. 4-on-3. SmithZz continuing it. They don't need to go aggressive here whatsoever, but they still want it. And he's looking like he will pick up the skill here. Actually, doesn't manage to land the shot on Dosia just yet. Does manage to finish it off. 4 versus 2. Mo and AdreN very low HP indeed. G2 aren't stopping just yet. It's going to be SmithZz to take down the final 2 kills as well. 12-6. G2 bouncing back.
Did you know that if you add 6 together twice, you get 12?
Yes.
That means G2's twice as far ahead.
Whoa, mind blow. Illuminati confirmed. What is this?
Mathematics.
Crazy stuff.
It is absolutely crazy because G2 already with the first map. This is excellent for them. Remember, winner into the league. Gambit needs to come up with something fast to try and get this game underway, going again. Remember, as Janko said at the top of the segment, it was 10 rounds on average T-side at the major on this map, so there's still a chance, but not if G2 starts off like that. Double op setup, and bodyy and SmithZz each finding a kill. Interesting to note as well that bodyy is going to be the second opper on this position.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Obviously, Existence was chiming into that role major as well, but looks like bodyy more than capable of stepping up there. But Gambit, hooch gets a double. It's going to be a 3-on-2. RpK shuts him down. There's still a lot of work here to do for Gambit Gaming as they are making their way towards mid-storage. Haven't got any map control whatsoever. Just going to be holding back on the T side of the map. CTs haven't gone super aggressive here. They still have a double orb, so got to be playing more of a passive mentality. But you can see bodyy there, as we just mentioned, the secondary orb on this team, it seems. We saw it do it on Dust 2 as well. Interesting display picture he's got, I have to say.
Yeah,
is that you? It looks like your body.
That's me like 10 years ago. I'm way more ripped than that now.
Okay.
That was me in high school, bro.
Oh, I got to see it today, actually, before we went on live on air. And you have been working out. It's definitely paying off.
Yeah, man. Told you, it's all about that 6-pack. The one in my stomach, not on it.
Anyway, 3-on-2. Gambit desperately trying to find something with this. Both have high HP here, but bodyy should be able to lock it down. Actually goes down to 1 HP. Does manage to get the intel there. Just comes in, relentless. Does find the first kill, and it's going to be his teammate body to finish things off there. And there was a real chance if they had managed to get the AWPer down on the bomb side. Maybe they could have done something with that, but it's not meant to be. 13 plays 6 now, and Gambit didn't really have much choice but to go for another. Did a full buy, a partial buy, yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, they're going to leave themselves. What do they got?
Yeah.
They got 5 rounds against them. They're going to leave themselves in a position
they can still
where they've got the round loss bonus they'll be able to buy. If they get a bomb plant on this, even better so, because they'll have full utility.
Yeah, tons of cash for next round. So $3,400 coming into their pockets as G2 are at maximum, well, have forced them onto maximum loss wins, I guess. Double AWP setup, still rolling. And we have got 4 smokes here. I wouldn't be surprised if sort of full A execute match. So you can do the smokes towards upper, highway, the bomb side, try and get a plant down. Like you said, if you do get a plant, it means they have tons of cash going to that next round. But shox does do a pretty decent nade there, actually completely wrecks AdreN. He goes down to 54 HP. And he's going to be aware. I think he did spot him as well. But like I said, this is looking like an A execute, judging by the buy. And here comes the first smoke from AdreN.
And Dosia going to be the one standing by. Now, the issue with this is they didn't have anyone holding an A main directly. Fortunately, no one's peeking it, because oftentimes if you throw those smokes and you don't have A main control, it can cost you. Actually, going to do this as a ruse, though. It's all a fake. Mo, he's gotten toward that vent position, but a well-timed Molotov. The information's already gathered. You can try and fake us, but suddenly you're locked in position and making no headway. It's just going to be a slaughter. They need to execute. They need to go through that faster, and body's already looking toward the vents. shox takes down AdreN. It's all left to Mo, who, all right, is making it interesting. I will give him that, but the bomb's already down inside the B site. And again, that just getting held up in mid that quickly, it just gave it all away.
Yeah, with the bomb down and just a Tech 9 in hand and 18 HP, they definitely has all the odds stacked against him. That smoke in the vent doesn't help either, so he's trying to work out what his options are here. As RpK and Body will be working together. It'll be an absolute blunder for them to drop this. Mo does manage to find an AWP now. He needs to work out, is this worth just saving, which it looks like he will be doing that and taking that to the next round. I think that's definitely the right choice. We have got 10 seconds remaining as well, so forgive us, we don't have vision of this while the round is on, so we're just trying to build some tension and work out how the rounds will go going forward.
I gotta give Gambit credit on social media. That is a well-timed tweet.
Is that him as a truck driver?
It is him as the ex-god truck driver. It is excellent.
That actually looks very nice. But there we go. Gambit now. We're going to round number 21. They need to start finding some rounds here on the T side. It's been a pretty bloody affair. As G2 do find round number 14. This is a best of 5, of course, so still plenty to play with. But this is their pick. Cash. We knew Dust 2 was going to be difficult for them, but Cash, they look very strong at the major, and so far haven't really turned up at all in this series. They're going to be trying to face towards middle. Heavy aggression coming in. AdreN opens things up, takes down shoxy. Now Scream looking to find the headshots. Can he do anything with this? Gets it.
Goes to the repeat as well. Narrowed down to just 16 HP when that nade came over top, plus a bullet that was received. But as you say, it's smart. And look at RpK. All right, not something we often talk about from his perspective. He does get the kill. It looked like that could have gone the other way as Dosia considered the possibility. But Mo, he's gotten forward. It's just the leg shot. That's heartbreaking. 15 HP left for SmithZz. And what a difference that single kill could have made. As wayLander now left on top of the platform of the site. Goes for the quick tap on the bomb, hoping someone's going to push forward. But with this AK, he's in a decent position considering the fact that he's got SmithZz and Scream in such bloodshed situations, Henry.
Well,
this is dude.
Such
They're on low
bloodshed
HP.
situations. What the hell is that? Come on, man. You're better than that.
Dude, I left my brain in Canada. It'll get here tomorrow, apparently.
Okay. That got left on the plane.
Yeah, apparently. But, I mean, again, he's waiting this out. He's trying to let time be a factor in all of this. The problem is that he doesn't know right now is that RpK is pushed so far up middle. They know he's in B. If he rotates back, whether he goes vents or goes through the B tunnels, he's going to be heard. So everything wayLander's trying to do to make this better for himself, and he's actually going to face this. This could be interesting because it's such low HP. This point transfer, oh, we can't land it. Scream holds it on. That might have been one of the only things, aside from just holding the plant, that he could have done.
Yeah, explored all of his options there, but ultimately it's G2 capitalizing in a pretty easy situation. Gambit did get out that first pick in middle, if you remember, but Scream steps up with a double spray down, gets them right back in the round, and then Gambit just fell apart from that point. A really nice flank coming from RpK as well. It's such good timing from him. Like you said, the player boosted up. You'd assume you'd get that kill. He's ready for him as well, but RpK has been playing an absolute blinder here. And it's 15 plays 6. Gambit have no choice but to force into this round. We have got 4 AKs. Dosia on towards that Desert Eagle. They have got head armor across the board, but only a couple of natives. Switch goes aggressive towards Squeaky Door, takes considerable damage, but did spot a player there, and we'll be deciding to fall back.
And bodyy still inside the vents. They haven't done anything to try and distill him from that position either. Oh, does he spot him through that gap? He can't yet. They are considering the new vent update on to cache at some point in time, but right now we're going to be moving on to map 3, which will be Inferno, because SmithZz and shox have done an excellent job. body's had chimed in, and shox just pushes forward, finds wayLander inside of the mid garage, or rather just outside of it. I mean, either way, 16-6. That's dominant, considering that we talked about the fact that Gambit, this is arguably their best map, and now they're down 0-2 in this best-of-5 series. We welcome back to the desk someone much better looking and more intellectual than HenryG. Hi, YNK, how are you?
Wow, why are you so mean to Henry?
I don't know.
He tries it, like, it doesn't work.
It's one of those things I do occasionally.
I mean, after the AMA, you can't fool anyone anymore, man.
I know, right? Jesus.
I mean, this was pretty devastating for Gambit. I was expecting more from them, but the unfortunate circumstance of losing both pistols makes it really hard for them to gain a foothold in this game, right? And in contrast to the Dust 2 game, it wasn't really, you know, shox having a crazy performance or any two players from G2. It was just a team effort all around. bodyy had some crazy rounds early on, and I think that RpK round, it was towards the end of the first half when he managed to sneak his way through into the B bomb site. I think it was what broke Gambit in the end. You pointed it out in the cast that wayLander was really, you know, it was a really sloppy move from him, so to speak, maybe a bit undisciplined, got a bit complacent. His team had a man advantage, and he got cut off by RpK and lost control of the bomb site for his team, which in the end cost them a really important round. They had to eco after that one, and you could see the same story continues for G2 on their T sides early on. They're really, you know, explosive, grouping up. I think that Gambit is having a clear problem adapting to that. They should try maybe and use more grenades early to hold them back, and then they can play around it later on once they get their economy going as well.
Yeah, just to note as well, Gambit didn't get a single T round there in the second half. It's got completely wrecked in the second one. Just all the retakes working out for them. Even when they're getting that first pick, one player steps up, scream towards the middle, gets double headshots, and RpK, like I said, he played an absolute mad game there. It's super sick from him.
He was. I mean, you talked about that round. He got not only one kill on wayLander, the 2 headshots in vents, and then the third and fourth total in the round to close it out. That was absolutely sick. Just quickly, because we're going to move to Inferno next. G2 have been fairly decent on Inferno. I don't know how I would rate it compared to some of the top teams, but for them, it's one of the better maps.
Best map, like,
absolutely. But now with bodyy, rather than existence, and knowing that there is a little bit more execution based on Inferno, where do we see this going with shox as the in-game leader?
Do you want to start?
I mean, I would expect more of the same, pretty much. I would expect them to maybe flash through smokes towards mid or B early on, maybe go for some simple B execute with a couple of Molotovs and smokes and so on. It's what has been working for them so far. We could see on the CT side that they really seem to enjoy the double AWP setup as well, with SmithZz and bodyy actually as a secondary opper, but that's not something that's really viable on Inferno. But yeah, I think that Inferno was, for the old G2 lineup as well, one of their better maps, one of the maps where they could, you know, challenge other tier 1 teams as well. They also beat Fnatic on it in January, so I would have to say that they are the favorite on this map, and it's really likely they'll close it out 3-0.
Which would be ridiculous, the fact that they close it 3-0.
I think it's irrelevant in the map. Just looking at the form Gambit in right now.
True.
They're just not killing people across the board. Now, no one's really stepping up massively. wayLander, we talked about in the cast, he had an absolute amazing major in terms of his individual performance, like one of the best performances I've seen from him. Been very quiet tonight. No one really stepping up. Mo as well, another player we look to see to open up the map and find those initial kills. Not really doing much for me, I have to say. And this G2, just a solid unit. No one's really going absolutely nuts every time. It's just like 3 or 4 players just playing good games, not actually having to do too much there. So just the fact this is G2's pick, and Gambit don't even look like the same team we saw at the major. I feel like this is only going in one direction. That will be the 3-0.
My earpiece fell out because I was sick of listening to you. It just knew to get out of my ear, which means... I'm sorry, Henry. You know I love you. We are going to take a short break, guys. They're already getting ready. I see 3 players in the server already. So when we come back, it's Inferno, and it could be a quick 3-0 for G2. We'll find out.